Hey, I'm Randy Younger, New York City's go-to film enthusiast. Every week I dive deep into the world of cinema with special guests from the New York City film scene. Whether I'm interviewing industry insiders or comparing the latest releases, there's always something for every movie lover. Join me as I explore the magic of film and discover what makes these movies unforgettable. Hey guys, I'm Randy Younger, and this is a special episode of Under the Radar, bringing movies and people together one frame at a time. And with me today, I have the wonderful talent from the new drama East of Wall. We have writer-director Kate Beecroft, stars Tabitha Zuniga and Portia Zuniga. Welcome to the show, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I saw the film last week, loved it. Just a beautiful story of family and resilience. I just want to quickly go to you, Kate. What was it like bringing this story to the screen, and what inspired you?
Well, they inspired me. I didn't I found them by chance. I just happened to be on a road trip and around the US, and I met a woman and she told me head east of Wall and there's a woman named Tabitha there, and I just fell in love with them and their story and their way of life. Bless you. And yeah, and so they inspired me to make this film. I've also, never, with all the Westerns that are sprouting up right now, and none of them are told through the voices of women and women's experiences. And also just something that's so modern. They're so modern, and I haven't seen that in a Western yet. So yeah, them.
It was a very cool story, and yeah, you did a great job. It didn't even feel like a narrative feature. It felt like a documentary, and it kind of was. So I want to give you kudos regarding that. Uh, Tabby and Portia, what was it like playing yourselves in a movie?
It was strange, but it was pretty easy.
Okay,
Kate did a lot of work. She taught us a lot and immersed us into her world, and we did the same with her. And together we were able to do something really cool.
nice. Portia, how about you? What was it like seeing yourself on the big screen?
At first, seeing myself on the big screen was weird. I thought it was really weird, but I got used to it, kind of. I like watching myself, but it was a really good movie.
Because I know you're very active on TikTok. So was this like any different for you,
Very,
Tabby and Portia?
very different. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm usually the one behind the camera doing
Okay.
TikTok things, and then yeah, and usually I'm taking the videos of Portia. She's not one to just flaunt her face around, and she's not one of those kind of girls, I guess. It's more every video she takes is about her horses mainly, so
Yeah, my TikTok's about basically my horse.
So Tabby, obviously you're wrangling all these teenagers in your home. Is that much different than wrangling horses, or is it kind of the same thing?
Well, they talk back a little bit more.
Okay.
It's about the same thing though, honestly. They're all a little bit feral and need some taming.
Gotcha. Cool. All right, let's see here. So Tabby and Portia, is there like an art to selling horses? Like how do you get prepared for the selling of an animal?
Well, yeah, it's a little bit of an art. First of all, we evaluate the animal and see what kind of needs that need to be met, medical or training wise, and we work through all of that. And when we feel the horse is ready to find a new home, then we go into taking videos and pictures and making sure all the vet work's up to date and the horse is super healthy and ready for their new owner. And then, yeah, we just go to putting the videos up and posting the horse online and letting people come try them.
I love it. I love it. Um, and Kate, this is such a beautiful film. I'm curious, what was your working relationship like with your DP, Austin Shelton?
Yeah, so Austin, he's so fantastic. This is his first feature, as well as mine. So, and we found the story together. So, he's also been a part of their lives. I lived with them for 3 years, and before I even wrote this film, and before we even started shooting it. Um, but I would fly him out once in a while just to really start understanding them and their rhythm. And because it was super important because we were going to do more of like a doc style verite, even though it is scripted and inspired by their lives. It was so important for Austin and I to know that he was very in tuned with them and already knew them, and how they move their bodies when they're all of that. It was super important when you're doing something like verite. And yeah, he's just incredible to work with, and he has such an eye. He has such a compassionate eye. And so he's the only DP I've ever worked with. Because we have just, it's a language that you develop, and it's, sometimes hard to break away from because, develop that relationship is so special. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like a back and forth relationship. I'm sure you trust him, he trusts you, and that's really incredible.
Yeah, it's
And
instincts. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. So this question's for everybody, and obviously filming a movie, there's a lot going on, a lot of stuff to consider. For all three of you, this question: what were some challenges you guys faced on set? Tabby, you go first.
Well, doing, a lot of it it's all based on true events,
Mhm.
So the hardest thing for me was to tell my truth in front of everybody and know that the whole world was going to see it. That was really hard.
Hmm.
But sitting there with all the crew and Kate and the support they gave me, I mean, half of them were crying when I walked out when I was done with the fire scene. And just to know that they cared, it
Hmm.
really helped me a lot get through it. It was probably a little bit healing also.
Okay. Yeah, that collaboration is so important on a set for sure.
I felt
Um,
safe with them.
that's
Yeah.
awesome. That's great. That's number one, I'd say, in any job. So, Portia, how about you? What was most challenging for you making the movie?
I don't think there was really anything challenging for me making
Nice.
this movie.
That's great. That's a good answer. That's like the best answer.
Hey, that's confidence. We need to hear like more young girls say that,
We do, we
Just
do.
being like, no, I rocked this and I hire me.
Right. Easy, easy. Kate, how about you? What was the most challenging aspect of the shoot?
I would say, I mean, this project is kind of every producer's nightmare, right? Like it's we're on a live horse ranch. It's everything that we were shooting, sale barns, rodeos, everything is live. We're dealing with horses that are not Hollywood horses. A lot of these horses are horses that Tabby's rescued. So yeah, there was a lot. Of course, things just go on. Weather in South Dakota is unpredictable, all of that. But for me, it's like you just have to let it go, because what I realized, especially looking back on it, is that all of my favorite moments came from the times where I was thinking,
Born
oh
out of chaos.
yeah, born out of chaos. The times where I was like, oh shit, what
Mhm.
are we gonna do?
Mm.
And those end up being my favorite scenes, because that's the magic, and you can't write magic or prepare for magic, if that makes sense. So
No,
you just have to be
that
open to it and present. Yeah.
right, has to just come naturally in the moment. Totally agree
Yep.
with that. Now, so Tabby and Portia, obviously you're not trained actors, but you definitely held your own, especially with Jennifer Earl and Scoot McNairy. Real quick, what was it like working with these seasoned actors? Did they teach you anything new? Did you teach them anything new? What was that process like?
Uh, that process was something. Jennifer Ely was an inspiration to work with, and so was Scoot. Scoot
Mhm.
was really good at acting, and every time he would not necessarily mess up if he just didn't like how he did the screen or his acting, he would redo it until he liked it, which was really inspiring.
Nice. A perfectionist. I love that in actors.
Totally.
So
That
good.
is
So
good.
good.
He's a very smart actor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It was
Uh,
amazing to work with them and be able to bounce off of their talent, just
mhm.
amplified ours.
Cool.
So yeah.
And Kate, how about you? What was it like working, seasoned actors versus non-seasoned?
I mean, I think it all came down to casting as well. Like, there was no, we're shooting at Tabby's real home in South Dakota. There's no time for divas, and I wanted Jennifer and Scoot because I think that they're there for the story. They're not there for themselves. And so it was, I mean, they were so professional on set that it felt I treated them equally, because they were making choices every day. They were having their lines memorized, and everyone just like rose to the occasion. So it just felt like I was always kind of casting professionals. The only thing, I mean, working with professionals, but the only thing that was slightly different was like I know them so intimately,
Mm-hmm.
you
Okay.
know.
Yeah, yeah. I love that. I love that. And this is your first feature. That's insane. I would have thought you've made at least 4 before this.
Oh no, I've like never really, I mean, I think I've done like one short film in my life, and
Wow.
yeah, I have no resume, and that's why this is all just kind of magical that this all happened, because I never went into it thinking, oh, I'm going to make a feature, because I never even thought that was going to be possible for me.
Nice. It's awesome. I love that leap. So for all of you, what do you guys hope audiences take away from the film? Portia.
I hope they take away how inspiring it was and how in depth she made it feel, and it made it feel like it's coming out at you. I hope they take away how a woman can empower.
Mm.
Yeah.
Tabby, how about you? What do you want audiences to take away?
That women are badass and we need to keep the cowboy shit alive.
I
That's
love it.
how I feel about it.
And is this like a new career path for you two? Are you now actors officially? Are you going to do more stuff?
I don't know if it's anything official. I mean, we just go home and we go back to training colts right now, but I'd like to pursue it a little bit, and we are looking into it for Portia pretty good. So
Awesome. Yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys because you're just so natural, and I this is officially one of my favorite movies of the year. So I just
thank you so much.
yeah,
Thank
I
you.
want to congratulate all of you. You're awesome. And I just want to mention that Sony Pictures Classics will release East of Wall in theaters on August 15th. And Kate, Tabby, and Portia, I want to thank you so much for your time today. Again, the film is awesome, and you are awesome. So thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
appreciate you.
So, guys, I'm Randy Younger. This has been Under the Radar, bringing movies and people together one frame at a time. We'll see you next time. Take care. Hey, I'm Randy Younger, New York City's go-to film enthusiast. Every week, I dive deep into the world of cinema with special guests from the New York City film scene. Whether I'm interviewing industry insiders or comparing the latest releases, there's always something for every movie lover. Join me as I explore the magic of film and discover what makes these movies unforgettable. Hey guys, I'm Randy Younger, and it's a special edition of Under the Radar, bringing movies and people together one frame at a time. And with me right now, I have a very special guest to the show, actress Miss Becky Ann Baker of the new film All Happy Families. Becky, how are you today?
I'm great. Thank you. Thanks so much. Thanks for
Of
having me.
course. Yeah, this is very exciting. I actually spoke with Rob Hubel, I think it was a week or two ago regarding the film. It's a wonderful film. I love dramedies because that's basically that is what life is. It's funny, it's sad, and it's everything in between. And All Happy Families is no different than that. It's a really special film. All of you have done a great job. And I'm just curious, how did you get involved with the project originally?
I was so lucky. Harula Rose thought of me. We didn't know each other, but for some miraculous reason, I was sent the script. And when I read it, I knew that I really needed to play Sue. The writing is so extraordinary. Like you say, it's a family drama comedy, leaning heavily on the comedy, but with a wonderful cast and just a really thoughtful piece that happens to be written very cleverly. So
Right.
that combination, I had to do it.
Yeah, it was calling to you because you were
Yeah.
perfect in
Oh,
this role.
absolutely. And then to get to sing, sing a song in the middle of it, that was even
Sure.
better. Yeah.
Perfect, perfect.
Yeah.
And so you mentioned the cast. This is an ensemble. uh, brilliant performances all across the board. What was it like working with these phenomenal actors?
It was amazing. I mean, I had Josh Radnor playing my son that can't quite get off the starting block, who's,
Yeah.
the lead of the film and really the pivotal piece. And then Rob, who you spoke with, who is so quick-witted and funny and dry and was so perfect for this role of the, sometimes good guy, sometimes real jerk. John Ashton, who played my husband, he just passed a few weeks ago, very unexpectedly, very sudden, and was so brilliant to work with. We had a lot of fun because we got to also stay in an apartment building near each other, and so we spent a lot of time together outside of the film as well, which really lent itself to being able to do things together, fight, and have, come to odds with each other in a great way. Um,
So, and all that conflict and all that love, it's real. Like what's captured on camera, that's actually basically happening.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I give that up to Harula Rose as well. She had such a wonderful light touch of knowing when to assist and when to step back and let us all get the work done. She's just a terrific director. She co-wrote it with Coburn Goss. And so she knew exactly what she was looking for, which is always really great when you're working on a film like this.
right, and you've done many films. What made this experience different from all the others in terms of collaboration and working with a director?
Um, well, let's see. I think for one thing, the way that Sue was written, my character Sue, it starts with my retirement, and all of a sudden, this is a woman my age looking at how she wants the rest of her life. What does she want out of the rest of her life? Which is a situation you don't get to see a lot of women my age explore in a film. And so I think the opportunity in the writing was really unique. And that I give to Harula of really thinking through a woman and what is the rest of that life going to look like? A woman who's in a long marriage with two sons that are going through a variety of issues, and that she cares deeply about. And what are my opportunities? And then also there's the matter of an early sexual assault in the office. Um,
Right.
Harula gives this character so much to work with. And as an actor, it was just an incredible opportunity.
Yeah, there is a lot to work with here, and I actually wanted more of the film. I think it was like just under 2 hours or so,
Ah.
and this could have easily gone another hour, I think, because
I
the
love that
relate.
you thought
Yeah,
that. Usually
yeah, no,
people are like, when is this over?
no, no. It's because the relationships are so strong, the characters are so well drawn. You just want to explore this family more. It's just really
Oh,
well written,
oh,
you
that's
know.
fantastic. I'm so happy to hear you say that.
Of course, of course.
Yeah.
Um, Now, I'm curious, what do you hope audiences take away from the film?
Um, that's a great question. I think, well, for one thing, I think it is an incredibly entertaining film. We always hope that that's in the mix, but from my own point of view, I think it's a very different role written for a woman my age. And so hopefully there'll be enough women that get to see, what the opportunities are, that you don't have to be stuck in a certain idea of what the rest of your life is going to look like. I
Okay.
think Sue very bravely gets up on stage and sings a song, and she has
Hmm.
some ideas about, how she might like to explore a few things. She wants to travel, and
Hmm.
she's in a marriage where we're at odds about a lot of things. And
Right.
so, I don't want to give anything away about the end of the movie, but I mean, I think that I'm only talking about my own character because there's certainly a lot of other things that the film explores, but I think it's that women, I always call it that our life is like a trimester of pregnancy, 0 to
Mm,
30, 30 to 60, 60 to the rest of your life. And I think that
mm.
this is Sue's rest of her life, that she wants to figure out what's going to make me happy, you know.
See, again, that's a whole movie all by itself, I think. It's true.
It's true.
So I know you obviously had a lot of fun on set with these great actors. You have a particular favorite memory?
Well, I mean, this is a scene we haven't even talked about this young actress, Ivy O'Brien, who plays my granddaughter, who
Mm,
shows up um, on our doorstep.
right.
And I think one of my favorite scenes to film was the scene where she and I discuss, she's transitioning, and we
Mhm.
discuss, okay, what name would you like to be called by, what pronouns, and it's kind of a great opportunity to see a woman who you don't expect to handle a situation well like this handle it well, because she loves her grandchild. She loves her family deeply.
Great. Yeah, and John Ashton's character is the exact opposite of that.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
he plays that brilliantly. Like he's the perfect actor for that character.
he
Um,
really is stubborn, and just not having any of it, but but you care about him. That's what I love
yeah.
about this film, is like Josh's character Graham. He's having a tough time getting his life started. He's the hero of our film, and you care about him deeply, even though he's failing. And I think that's all just terrific writing.
Yeah, for sure. So I know you've obviously done film, TV, stage. What is your favorite medium to work in?
I always think that, yeah, I like working in all three. I love working on stage because you get to tell the whole story. You get to stand up there and do it beginning, middle, and end in order. And that's just a very satisfying way to work as an actor. But to be honest, I like working on anything where the writing is terrific. To me,
Mm.
it's all about the writing. And I can be in something that's really stunning or really a disaster in any medium. But if the writing is good, I'm in. So
Yeah. And I can't keep, talking about how much more I wanted from this family. I could actually even see this turn into a series, like a spin-off
I
series,
love the
even.
way you think. That's so great.
Yeah,
I love the fact that you liked it enough to want to see more. I think that that's
yeah.
just a great sign.
It's very interesting story, great characters. Like, it's really a special film. And I'm
Thank you
not just
so
saying
much.
that. It really is well made.
Thank you so much. I love that.
S- Yeah. So, is there any similarity between your movie family and your real family?
Not really. I have a husband who's also an actor who plays a lot of bad guys, and yet he's
Right.
like the sweetest man on the planet. Uh, and we've been in a long marriage, like, my marriage in the film. We've been married 37 years together, 39, which for actors is like 120. But
Well,
we raised a
congratulations.
daughter. Yeah, thanks. We raised a daughter, and now we have a son-in-law. She's been married for a year. So I have the great gift of, having well, the quote from All Happy Families is a Tolstoy quote. And
Okay.
I wrote it down because I wanted to remember, it's all happy families are alike. Each unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. And I was thinking about that this morning and thinking how lucky I am that I'm in a completely
Hmm.
happy family, my husband and our daughter and our new son-in-law. Um,
Hmm.
and then I guess we're a lot alike a lot of other families.
That's great. Yeah, there are
Yeah,
definite similarities. Your role here definitely mirrors your real life. I was just curious about
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
So how has the film been doing? I know it was in the film
Well,
festival
I
circuit.
know that it hit the theaters in LA, New York, and Chicago a little while ago. I never follow things like this. Uh, I'm not a numbers girl, but tomorrow it is on demand, and so anyone
Okay.
can watch it and anywhere. I mean, you can just pull it up. I don't know how those things work, to be honest.
Right,
My husband runs all the technology here, but
right.
everyone can watch it now, starting
Great.
tomorrow,
Now,
Friday,
switching gears a little bit, you touched on your husband, Dylan Baker, the great
right?
actor. Have you worked with him at all? I'm just
A lot. We've
okay.
played parents a lot in a lot
Okay.
of different things. Everything from a TV series called Smash. We did parents on Life as We Know It. We
Okay.
played characters together, not married, in Hunters. That was a series on a couple of seasons ago. So
Okay.
we've been lucky. We've done a lot of stage work together, and he's
Okay.
directed me a lot of times in things, and
Oh my God.
that's great because he's, a really
And
terrific actor.
and what is it like? I'm not married myself, but what is it like working with your loved one?
It's great. You have so much information. You don't have to get to know each other at all on the first day of rehearsal. You
Mm,
come in with so much more information than you would ever have. You know, there's a just a wealth of knowledge about each other and how we work and what not to have to explore. We can go way beyond that because we know each other so well.
okay. I love hearing that.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
sweet.
It's
Um,
great. It really is.
Now, are there any other actors or filmmakers that you'd like to work with that you haven't already?
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
uh, yeah, filmmakers especially. Yeah,
Sure.
there's so many directors that the Martin Scorsese, and, you name it. And uh, I got to work with Sam Raimi once, but I would do that in a heartbeat again.
Nice.
Yeah, that.
I actually met Sam Raimi at a convention, Monster Mania, earlier this year. Really
Okay.
cool guy. It was
Yeah,
very quick. It was a photo op, but I got to meet one of my favorite all-time
yeah.
directors.
I
So that was
did a
very
film
cool.
called A Simple Plan with him. That was one of my
Mm,
favorite jobs I ever did. But
that's
yeah.
it. Yeah.
So yeah, there are a lot of good people out there that I'd love to work with.
Excellent. Excellent. Final question. Are you currently working on anything that you could talk about now?
I actually just finished four different a variety of indies.
Okay.
One is I have a tiny part in this one, but this is kind of exciting, called The Bride, that Maggie Gyllenhaal is directing, and it's Christian
Okay.
Bale, and Penelope Cruz, and Annette Bening, and all these wonderful people and Jessie Buckley in a remake
Oh,
of Frankenstein's Bride of Frankenstein.
oh,
So
cool.
that'll be fun when that comes out. My part is very small, but it was very exciting to work on, and
I'm gonna definitely check that out, and maybe
yeah.
I'll interview you again for
Yeah, yeah. Well,
that.
then I have a few others that are much larger parts in, but so this time next year I'll have about three or four things coming out.
Very busy woman. I love that.
Yeah, it's been busy. Luckily, now that
Yeah.
all the strikes are settled and
Right.
the pandemic, that was an interesting couple of years there. But
Yeah. I actually
it's
saw on your filmography in 2020 you did a bunch of things, which was
it
very
was
interesting.
interesting. We were oh, that was something else that my husband and I shot, was something for Netflix where they sent us all this equipment and we zoomed with the crew and shot. We were our own crew and actors.
Wow.
Something called Social Network, and it was no social, I forget. Anyway, it had the word social in it. Oh,
Okay.
social distance.
Oh,
Anyway,
gotcha.
I think you just
Anyway,
went.
yeah,
Okay.
the light automatically
Somebody turned
shut
the
off.
lights out on you.
Yeah. Sorry. Hold on a sec. Oh,
Oh, there you are.
don't worry. My
Oh,
editor will fix that part out. And I just was about to wrap up too. Anyway, so that sounds exciting, and
yeah,
yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing the Bride of the Frankenstein movie. Sounds
yeah.
very cool.
I
So,
think it'll just be
okay,
called Bride.
Bride. Okay,
I
clean. I
believe
like
so.
it. Very cool. Very cool. So, Becky and Baker, I want to thank you so much for your time today. This was great. You're a very sweet person, and your work, it definitely speaks for itself. You're just a great actress.
Thank you so
Um,
much.
yeah, of course. And All Happy Families is currently in theaters and on digital and on demand. So check it out.
Yes.
Becky, thanks again.
Thank
Um,
you.
yeah, so I'm Randy Younger. This has been Under the Radar, bringing movies and people together one frame at a time. We'll see you next time. Take care.